Welcome back to another video on this channel, and today we are breaking down the Oklahoma City Thunder vs Dallas Mavericks series and predicting a winner. Let's get right into it. The Mavericks are favored in this series, and it's easy to understand why. They finished the regular season on a 16-4 run, and if you include the series win over the Clippers, they're 20-6 in their last 26 games. It's been an impressive run for Dallas, which is obviously due to their last-minute swaps at the trade deadline. However, what the Thunder is capable of should not be ignored. On the floor, one of the primary areas of focus is going to be the paint and how the Mavericks defend it. They did an amazing job cutting off the rim against the Clippers. The Clippers took just 32% of their attempts at the rim and shot 50%. On top of that, they averaged only 42 points in the paint per game. That is just one small example of the improved interior defense, which led the league in opponent rim shooting and was 8th in opponent points in the paint after the trade deadline. The Clippers are not a team that got to the rim easily, so defending them was a breeze for a team like the Mavs, but that is not the case with OKC. The Thunder will attack relentlessly. They led the league in drives per game in the regular season, they shot 68% at the rim and 48% from mid-range, and they were 7th in points in the paint per game. Gilgeous-Alexander is a mismatch hunter who gets to the paint easily. He took 68% of his attempts inside 14 feet this season and shot 60%. These teams played twice after the trade deadline, but only in one of those games Dallas started the lineup that we'll see on the floor in this series. In that game, OKC shot 72% on shots inside 14 feet and drew 9 shooting fouls, so there's no question that the Mavericks will have to be better than that in order to win the series. On the other end, the Mavericks' offensive approach will be very interesting. Luka Doncic is methodical in how he plays, and the Mavericks will run screens until Luka gets the mismatch he wants, and then he'll go to work. LA had a couple weak defensive targets for Luka to attack, such as Ivica Zubac and James Harden, but the Thunder do not have as many. SGA is a very solid defender. Lou Dort will most likely be Luka's primary defender, and Jalen Williams is also an above-average defender. Also, Josh Giddey and Chet Holmgren, who Kyrie went after quite a bit in their first regular season game with the Thunder, will likely be targets. However, we did see the Thunder throw out a zone defense against the Mavericks in the regular season in order to hide mismatches such as those. If OKC goes into a zone defense consistently in this series, it becomes much more interesting. The Mavs' new starting lineup has been very effective, but they do struggle shooting the ball. Derrick Jones Jr. shot 39% from deep in the series against LA, but in the regular season he was only a 34% three-point shooter. PJ Washington shot just 31% as a Maverick and is a career 35% three-point shooter. Luka and Kyrie are solid shooters, but playing with 3 other non-shooting threats could be a problem if they deal with a high volume of zone defense in the series. In fact, the Clippers threw double teams at Luka regularly when he was playing without Kyrie, which did lead to some success. When Luka and Kyrie played together against the Clippers, they had a net rating of plus 20.6. When Luka played without Kyrie, their net rating dropped to minus 17.6, and it was even worse at minus 45.6 when Kyrie played without Luka. So, what is my final prediction? Well, I got the Mavericks in 7. At the end of the day, this should be a very tight series if Luka and Kyrie stay healthy and on the floor. There's not much separating these two teams, but it does feel like OKC should be getting more respect here considering they just swept and have the deeper roster. However, if Chet is able to get his shots off efficiently and able to defend freely, the series can easily swing the other way. Even with the Thunder having home court advantage in the series, I believe in Luka, and if Kyrie's next to him, they move on to the Western Conference Final. But what do you think? Am I right? Let me know in the comments below, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for my next prediction.